Why y'all think majority of the teens or the loud minority of teens are choosing streets over education?
Because learning hard and the streets easy.
Let's go to work.
Exclusive.
What's up? Like I said, we don't deal with the fuck boys, nah. All I know is loud shit. It's like we don't deal with nothing but noise. It's like we don't deal with nothing but work. Take a second to scheme and get touched first. My bro, he ride red, and you know I don't do nothing but perp, But he good over here, so we both just chillin' like we should over here. So don't bring that bull over here, cause them heavens really do get pulled over here. So roll out, cause I'm rolling up this sticky. And I ain't reached 25 yet, but seen choppers sold in like 50, Different mindset, but always been the same man. Different tactics, but I always had the same plan. And if nobody can do it, then my gang can. Purple flag, red flag, this is gangland.
Why y'all think majority of the teens or the loud minority of teens are choosing streets over education?
Because learning hard and the streets easy. Keep it a buck. Like everybody say the streets is hard. Nah, the streets ain't hard. You don't need no. You need a degree to get a gun. You need a degree to sell drugs. You don't need a degree to just run around and do retarded stuff.
Nah, alright, you know people.
If you need a degree to sling drugs, I promise you people will still find some illegal shit to do.
If reading a book was illegal and selling drugs was legal,
people would read more
people would read books.
Straight laced, just because they feel like to go get a degree to sell crack
is too much.
Yeah,
education takes dedication.
A lot of cats give up on themselves, man, just because they have a hard time instead of asking for help. And they ask for help the wrong way. Like, you want to ask for help with your studies. Don't ask for help. And then you got to look at what's presented.
You're telling a kid to go to school, get good grades, then get out of this school, go to another school, get good grades, get out of that school, high school, then go to another school, get good grades, get out of that school, then go to another school, get good grades, and then become a doctor. Just so you can make a lot of money. Where I can tell a kid, chill with me, hang with me, and I'm gonna put some money in your pockets. This kid who does not have a great concept of finances and real money would see $30, $50, $1,000, $2,000 weekly. This kid is not going to postpone that for a 16-year path towards what they believe is probably going to be the same amount of money. As an adult, I know that not to be true. You know what I'm saying? But you're talking about a kid. It's all about what they can believe. If they can believe it, or believe in it, then you may not be able to persuade them unless you can counter their beliefs with facts, or you can get them to believe in you. You see what I'm saying? If you can get a kid to believe in you more than and I believe this as an educator, as a mentor, even as a track coach. If I get the kids to believe in me, become a fan of me, talk about me, brag about me, shout at the top of their lungs on the top of the tallest mountain about me, then what I say becomes gospel. And then if I use my powers for good, I can guide them in the right direction because they believe in me. Someone with a different perspective would have them doing the exact opposite.
That's very true.
Listen, it ain't none of that. For me, it's a lack of knowledge, bro. You know what I mean? We don't know a lot. We're not taught a lot. Feel me? We won't have people to tell us to self-educate ourselves. So it's just a lack of knowledge. Like, we hurt each other because of shit we don't know. It's vast amount of knowledge that if you go outside the city, go outside the state, go outside the country, what you'll learn, you feel me? What you'll experience. A lot of people don't get that chance, so they know what they know. So they're going to take their block serious if they never been off their block. Whatever you don't know can hurt you. A lot of cats don't know anything. People don't even know their social security number. So how do you blame it on force? You can't blame it on force. You gotta blame it on knowledge. You can't blame it on choice. You gotta blame it on knowledge. You have no other choice. because you don't know of another choice. You never learned about another choice. You don't choose to learn. No one wants to learn, bro. These people don't want to learn, man. They want to do what they want to do. A lot of cats want to learn, but get caught up. So if we had resources and people that we was acknowledging, if we had a lot of doctors on our block, a lot of people be doctors, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You know what I mean?
A lot of young people are misguided, you know. They're misguided by the streets. They're misguided by the block. They're misguided by the homies. They're misguided by guardians and even some parents that instill in young people that education will not do nothing for you. All right, that education is corny, is whack, it's some geek stuff, you know, some weak stuff, you know.
Look at the media, bro. Cats telling you, you know what I mean? You could get this. You just gotta do this. A lot of these rappers and entertainers, man. A lot of these cats got degrees. They fool you every day, bro. They fool you every day. They go back to school and get degrees in this and get degrees in that to build as a market, as a brand.
Lil Wayne probably one of the most popular rappers. Got a degree in psychology, a bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Texas.
So you get fooled every time. Like, you see this, but y'all never see what's going on behind the scenes. Like, a lot of these cats fool you every day, bro. A lot of these cats, even the video vixens, man. A lot of them chicks go to school like for business or something, and they start doing something other than that. That's why these chicks have money long term. Like, a lot of people in the industry, man, they got money long term. It's not just rap. Yeah, it's a lot of new cats who really did, who was out there. It's a lot of cats that probably was really out there. But for the most part, when they realize, like, this is my source of, this how I'm going to feed, I got to make more happen. Once you start making money, you got to figure out how you're going to make more money. Get your life right. For real. Got to grow up. Everybody want to grow up, right?
There's also an issue of the culture. There's a huge culture of violence that is permeated through our young people, and we need to do a reverse of that culture. We need to, instead of a culture of gangs, we need a culture of, musicians, a culture of artists, a culture of entrepreneurs, a culture of athletes, but all working together to kind of overtake this whole negative spirit that's taking place in our city and other cities around us.
When you study the urban environment of any city and you start looking at changing demographics, you can look at the Newark cityscape and, for example, mirror it to the Denver cityscape. Okay, and by this I mean that Newark and Denver were not that different when it came to urban situations. One of the items that Denver did look out for is this: how do we invest in the person in the city so that someone from outside of the city will be interested in hiring or being part of our city? And what they ended up doing was ensuring that more people from the city got to work in the city. Newark has a population under 300,000. There's an estimated 1 million people that go through our city every day, either to New York or to other jobs or to work here. But yet, we have an unemployment rate which is skyrocketing. It's above 15% right now. And that's not because the businesses of Newark have confidence in the youth of Newark. It's because they don't. You can be from Kearney or Harrison or East Newark or Belleville or Hillside or Elizabeth and work in Newark. But yet, the same person from within Newark cannot get a job here the minute that they see their address. As an example, I stopped putting my Newark address in my resume. I just took it out altogether. A lot of responses to my resume after I did that.
Right, there's a difference between elected officials and the rest of the people. And I think the rest of the people, the constituents in the city, they recognize, because they live it, what drives young people to the street.
I think they're choosing the streets sometimes in lieu of a good education. I don't think that a kid consciously says, I don't want to learn, I don't want to be educated, I don't want to pursue any type of education. I want to be in the streets. I think the kids fail at one for various reasons and may find comfort in the other.
I just don't believe the city is properly informed on how to abate this problem. And that isn't just by having nonprofits teach people how to become minimum wage workers. I think the city needs to develop also a nonprofit system that teaches people, you know, inner city youth, regardless of race, how to become leads, supervisors, managers, how to write up a contract.
We have all of the ingredients that we need here in Newark. We do a lousy job of coordinating them in order to provide the kind of opportunities for young people so that they wouldn't be in the street and they're not driven to gang life, gang activity that a lot of times, too often, results in violence and them losing their lives.
If you take away certain curriculum, you take away certain programs after school, you take away certain things that were like key in our communities, and then you unlock the doors, meaning you give them freedom without guidance, you know, and you let kids just do what they please. You take away certain parents' ability to discipline. You take away certain schools' ability to educate in ways that we think is necessary. And then on top of all of that, you don't offer any resources to, I guess, to satisfy that urge. What do you expect is going to happen?
So what could have kept y'all from the lifestyle?
Nothing, bro. I made that choice myself, bro. I wanted to do what I want to do. I got good parents. I just fuck around with the street.
Got good parents. There's a lot of good parents, like, but I know mothers that raised them up in church, but they doing 20 years of stick now, like. So it's the choice you make. You don't get kept from it.
You're gonna hang with who you gonna hang with. You're gonna do what you want to do. You feel me? Whatever you feel like is right for you at that moment. Whatever you feel like is appropriate for you at that moment, then you're gonna do it. Ain't nothing gonna change what you're gonna do. Nobody do that shit. Never happens. It's not true.
Everything is a gamble, right? We gotta play a card.
Watch it back.
We are in a crisis. I mean, we are in a serious crisis, more so than any other racial ethnic group in America right now.
And not to compare us to animals, but I'll use a zoo as a comparison. If you unlock the cages and then take away the food, why wouldn't you expect animals to eat each other?
Came in the game, black chucks and a blue flag, new swag, pocket full of money, make my true sag. I tell stories about my city like a newscast, red hot, if you standing still, you get blue pass. If you stationary, watch me cruise past, all I do is win, the opposition seem to lose bad. Ain't no sympathy for them, I tell them too bad. Woo mad, snapping on niggas feel like a loose crab. I came in the game by my damn self, all I had was being 40, we ain't need no damn help.